This is ContactTalkRadio.com. Consciousness in action. And you are taking action into your consciousness by tuning into Contact Talk Radio.
And on TuneIn.com, Ping.fm, and UpSnap Mobile.
Contact Talk Radio.
Welcome to Transformations with Tara Sutphen. Tara Sutphen is the author of Blame It on Your Past Lives, Soul Agreements, and The Abenda Chronicles. Grammy-nominated audios, videos, and MP3 series. You can find these MP3 series now at TaraInsight.com.
Welcome to Transformations with Tara. And today my guest and co-host is Jason D. McKean. And he is the voice of over 1 million Om recordings throughout the world. And he has a big line of Om CDs, different Om CDs, Om Serenity, Om Indigenous, Om
Beats.
Sanctuary.
Om Sanctuary.
Yes.
Om Eternity.
And Om, yep, he is on all of them. Eternal Om, he's on all of the Om CDs that are out there in the world almost. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I was telling someone the other day that I've been in almost every yoga studio in the world.
Yeah.
But just at my digital self, my spiritual etheric self I haven't actually physically, stepped foot in there.
Right. You know what? I was in England, a few years ago, and they used to give all the CDs on magazines, and I bought a magazine and that had a CD on it with music on it, New Age music, and so I thought, oh, I'll listen to it, and then it was just like, oh my gosh, I just love this one. Well, of course, it was Om Sanctuary. It was Jason's. It was hilarious. Yeah, I just really loved it. But I was in London at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, Om Sanctuary, it has a life of its own. It's like it's just really well loved in the world, and it's just it has this energy that just keeps on moving. It's like CDs, of course, are not a thing so much these days, but as far as like the life on iTunes and Amazon, just in that digital realm, it's like keeps on cooking.
Yeah, it's great. So yeah, and then Jason has meditations as well. So at jasondmckean.com. That's probably the easiest, just to catch you at your website, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Tara. Thank you. So you just got back, or you just finished a seminar in Sedona, didn't you?
Yes, I had a great time teaching an incredible seminar in Sedona, and it was just incredible, really. Yeah.
I saw the photos. It looked like it was just beautiful weather. It looked like the
perfect weather
was awesome.
Participation was incredible. Yeah, and I mean, I couldn't get. It's always, like wrangling cats a little bit with everybody. I can't get everybody in the photo, but I got some of the groups in the photos.
Yeah,
and it was wonderful. I mean, I don't know what it is about the seminars anyway. I just love them as far as they just want to stay, this one didn't break up until everybody had to go to the airport on Monday at 1:00. So they everybody wanted to see each other for lunch and for a hike in the morning at one of the vortexes. So, so why not? We all meditated and went for a hike in the vortex. Yeah. So we went to Bell Rock.
That has been my experience of your seminars too, is where, it's like the people, they come together and then they come together. It's like, it feels like it's a familial group. And so it's like that, the parting is such sweet sorrow.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And everybody comes from really diverse places and career situations and the way they are just normally every day. But yeah, they come in with the synergy. It's really nice. It is really nice.
You know,
And this time we had on-site lunches that you could buy. You could go off if you wanted to, but if you wanted the beautiful, incredible vegan lunch that they offered, it was fantastic. So it was really nice.
you know, because of this time of year and all, with the veil being so thin and all, doing the psychic work, opening up one's intuition and their relationship with intuition. Do you feel that that's like in Sedona, because it's a power spot, it's a place of amplification? Is that why you have these seminars around this time of year?
Yeah, I do. I like to include a Samhain in some way, because it's just when we're resting. You know, it's going into a darker period where all of our toiling should have been through the spring and through the summer and, you know, the beginning of the fall, getting ready for winter. And so it's just a nice time to kind of wind down and prepare ourselves. And, you know, I use always psychic abilities for tools in your life. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to use it as a, you know, actual career, but you use them as tools. And so, yeah, so it was great fun. Everybody
Fantastic.
had a blast. Yeah, just a blast. Like they couldn't believe how great they were at all the psychic experiments.
It's it can be very revealing as far as, you know, I think that, you know, people who are inclined towards the metaphysical, towards the spiritual, I think that, you know, that they are already, you know, in that realm, and not that everyone is just so spot on, but being open to it, and being open to the idea that, you know, one doesn't have to, you know, put that heavy label on themselves as psychic, you know, to be able to be perceptive, to be sensitive, and to, you know, energetically read people, because we're doing that all the time anyway.
Right. Yeah, I know. Well, you are for sure with your work. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like runs in the family.
Yes, it does. It does run in the family. Yeah, and it's nice.
I think that
I think about the nieces. I mean, you know, I've taught them all to be psychic. My kids, you know, I teach everybody, you know, to use their gut, use their intuition, use your telepathy. Come on.
And to start building an inner like lexicon as far as how it is that you know, how you perceive things, and so you're translating it within your own being. You know, it's like you use a lot of shamanic signs and all, you know, you'll see it out there in the world, and then it's like how you decipher that, you know, for other people.
Yeah. Right. Well, and it's about safety, and it's about making the right decisions instead of the wrong ones, because, you know, people are really into this whole boredom idea, but in reality, we have little time on the planet. You know, we got to make it the best we can and have the best time. You know, it's like, come on, and not sabotage ourselves in any sort of phobias or issues or, you know, and self-destructive tendencies. We need to be, you know, out there, up front and center. Let's go have a good time.
Right, do it.
Right. And so I do it with a lot of programming, mind programming. Yeah, I feel that if you're not, you know, if you're getting too grumpy and you're not eating well, or you're not sleeping well, or you're not functioning well, that, you know, with some mind programming, you can actually get to your next stage. It's like, come on, you can do it. You know, just keep going forward. So let's do it. So the psychic ability comes in as that second nature, you know, and really come in to make some good, wise decisions and solutions, and what's important, because there's a lot of things that society puts on us that aren't important. What's important? This is about our lives, how we're going to feel, beginning to end, what's going to happen for you. So it's good. So anyway, yes, Samhain's great. Samhain started
Samhain.
Samhain. Oh, right. Samhain. Anyway, as a Samhain and Samhain. Yeah. I mean, it's if you're Celtic, and you're the wild Celtic man.
That's right.
And so, the wizard. So what's happening with Halloween, it's All Hallows Tide is what it was originally called. It's for the season, this area. And what it is it's Halloween became a pagan holiday because it is in between the autumn equinox and the winter solstice. And so it's right in the middle. That's what this is about. And so what happens with it, it was starting to get really dark, but now since it's in the middle, it's getting darker and darker and darker until December 21st, the winter solstice. And so therefore it's just a, pagan holiday that's only has to do with the moon there. It's going, but it's the season of the darkness.
Right.
And so it's our time of resting. If you follow the seasons of the earth anyway, it's all about that. We're to rest in the winter. We're supposed to collect our nuts like squirrels, and we're supposed to, get ready to hunker down for the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like making sure all the crops are in,
Yeah.
and getting stored, and so that as the earth is colder, that it and less abundant.
The northern hemisphere, because southern hemisphere, they're going into summer.
Right. Yeah. Right below the equinox, and then there's places like kind of like California and all that are like all over the map as far as like in the mountains, yes, winter, but in the valleys and all that, it's still
Well, it's temperate.
Yeah.
It's temperate.
So do you like this time of year? Do you resonate with it?
I resonate with every day. Yes, but yes, I think it's fun. I do. When we were kids, we loved Halloween. It was a fun time to dress up, and
it was a fun time. I mean, as a kid, it's like the vast majority of kids. There are always exceptions, who like to just kind of play, dress up, and then to go out and eat candy. I mean, that was like, yeah, that was fun. I know I loved it. It was, I gravitated towards it a lot. But is there a time when, because there's so many like holidays around that are like, All Saints Day and All Souls Day and Dia de los Muertos and all that,
right?
That are more about, honoring those who've passed, the ancestors.
I don't know where Dia de los Muertos sits. And I forget what day that's supposed to be.
It's the first and second.
Oh, it's the first and second. So it's All Saints Day. So it's about because All Saints Day is the first. So it's all about so I guess with the darkness, what the religious community took from Halloween is that they should make it a to connect to All Souls Day and to honor the souls that have come before us.
Right.
But it's just the on the planet, it's just the darkening of the time, as we're going in late fall into winter.
So when did Halloween, or did it, as far as like, did it become a thing of, where it was dress up in candy, to honoring the dead, as far as for yourself? Was there a certain period of time that it just like kind of, oh yeah, there's also this layer, it was in your 20s?
Right. I think that I was always, we were in parochial school. So we were
What?
in religious school in those days. So, of all school. And so I think I went more towards Halloween only because it was just, break from, oh gosh, we got to like now think about our dead relatives,
Right.
I mean, but now I'm totally into, honoring them each and every day. So an All Souls Day, that's a nice time to definitely honor them. Yeah.
Right. I mean, is it something that one can, light a candle or just, say a prayer? Again,
Yeah.
for those who are not just, I mean, you're in it. Every day is All Souls Day because you talk to
Right.
the dead, right? So
Right.
it's like, it's not a thing of just like one day a week. Oh yeah, we'll commemorate this and,
Yeah.
and be done with it.
Yeah.
It's like,
No. Yeah. So I would say that for All Souls Day, it's just to light a candle and sometimes it's to write letters, and you could you could burn them in your fireplace or or you could save them in a journal. But write some letters. Yeah, because sometimes there's a lot of things to clear up or there's just a lot of missing, you miss people.
yeah. I know that, there are people that I miss that I could, take that time just to,
They could use a letter. Yeah,
yeah.
because it's the intention of all things. It's not even that you wrote it down, but you're thinking it, and it does cross the barrier of that.
Yeah, I tell, my clients, my students and all that, in that realm of spirit, there is no boundaries, as far as it's not like here, on the physical plane where, to send a letter, it's like you got to put a stamp on it or whatever, or even if you're sending email, it's like, having the email address. It's like with spirit, it's like, you can send a thought to a person who's across the world, right? You can send energy, and of course, these things are practiced. They, the frequencies that you tune into, it's like, make sure that you're in a protected space. It's not just, at the snap of a finger, to do this. It's like, it can take practice, but it's like the healers that I've worked with, the colleagues and all that we've both worked with, the ones that can send healing energy across the world. And it's like they're like right there, like right next to you, working on you. It's like, that realm of spirit doesn't have the same limitations to it. And what is it about like the veil that's at its thinnest? What do people need to know about that?
Yeah, well, the veil when it's at its thinnest, it's usually the new moon. That's the new moon time, and that happens every month. When the sun and the moon are at different positions in the planet, they're in opposition. Whereas you get it's just the lowest time on the planet. All the waters are still. So hearing on a deeper level is really, that's the time to meditate on that and feel that the veil is thin.
And it's a good time to also connect, or to send a message, or to,
Yes.
clear something out of yourself.
Right. We're kind of in the middle right now, the full moon and the new moon.
Yeah.
So it'd be more, it's nearer to the new moon. I guess that, now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the full moon was on the 20th. And boy, it was the Aries. Yeah. It's really go forward at fast speed there. It was nice. Yeah. Get things done.
What do you think is behind the idea of the costume or the the person who, it's like in general society, it's like one day out of the year someone dresses up as perhaps an alter ego, or it's like, if I could be this person, I would be this person.
Well, I mean, and well, they pick a theme too, like a scary theme or a happy theme or a funny theme, or yeah. And I don't necessarily think that that's what you want your alter ego as far as want to look like, but you think it's a good costume for, that it will get attention. And so where it began, I'm not sure where it actually began, maybe in Venice, Italy. It might have been more of a, costuming then, where you wear masks. Yeah, you start to wear masks. And then it got down to the costumes.
Do you remember having a favorite costume? Like something that you wore at a Halloween party or something that was just like...
My favorite costume is so unglamorous. And my favorite costume was Willie and I decided, my son, we decided to be cows in the same herd.
I remember that.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, okay, we came to your party in Topanga.
That's right.
Yeah, it was a great party.
So you were...
And then Cece Lahan, she was our moon. So she was our, we were the cows jumping over the moon. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It was hilarious. With our faces half black and white. We're black and white cows. Yeah.
That was a great party too.
Great party.
Like up at the top of Topanga, not at the top of Topanga, because there's a place called Top of Topanga, but it was at the top of Fernwood, and in this really great house, and it was kind of in the woods, but whew, wow, yeah, that brings back memories.
Yeah, so it's fun. Yeah, it was great. It was a great party, great house, great fun.
I as a teenager, I loved Halloween, I loved trick-or-treating, but living in Alaska.
Well, yeah, you always changed the garage into a haunted house.
We did that. We would have like the neighborhood kids come over, and we'd have some scares and stuff in there. But I remember like weather-wise, it was always like kind of on the teetering on the edge of like, is it going to snow? Is it going to be cold? Whatever, But
cold.
It's like one year I built like this robot costume, and I put a lot of effort into it, but I couldn't. It had snowed, and so I had to wear a parka or something just to stay like warm. So it was like, oh, you're a robot in a parka. It was always you're a cowboy in a parka. You're it's just something in a parka.
You got to be in a parka here in California. I never let the kids go out without a coat. It's flipping October.
Yeah, but it's not.
Come on.
It's not Alaska October.
Well, it's still cold. It is cold. So the thing is that I know it is in Alaska, but the thing is, you did a great job. You got right in there, and I think of the kids in Alaska as you never let the weather stop you, because the weather is the weather.
Yeah, that's
it was
true.
Always, unless it was a volcano going off. I mean, we never missed school. Think of it. We never had a snow day. We never had a blizzard day that we still had to go to school. I did.
Yeah, there was one or two days that it the one where it got down to 30 below.
Yeah.
And I think they had to figure it out. I think there was a day or two where they had to just say, oh, what are we going to do for
that
this?
Wasn't my luck. Anyway, and then the thing is, even when even if we'd had an earthquake or we'd had I remember when a volcano went off.
Yeah.
It went off like during, or when we had a blizzard, it would be during the spring break or the winter break. It was just so not fair. Right. And then I worked on the Alaska pipeline, and the same thing. If we had a blizzard, I'd be stuck up there, not having my relief come in to relieve me. Yeah. It was like, great. Yeah. So that's why it went.
You know, the last
The weather stop you usually.
the last few years, you know, I've been spending Halloween working on the Queen Mary
Yeah.
as a tarot reader,
Mhm.
as a you know, some kind of fortune teller or so. And you know, I always do me, as far as, you know, I'm not I feel that when one is reading tarot, that it's a sacred pact. It's like, you know, it's not something that you mess with people.
Even if you look like Zoltar.
Yeah, as your
wow,
your looks may be, you know, very made up and all, but you know, it's like it's a when you're people remember their readings, and even if it's at a carnival or, you know, that kind of atmosphere, it's like they're still gonna remember it, and it can mess with people if you know, it doesn't come from an authentic place. So I miss that. But it's you know, it gives one perspective to do other things, to you know, open up in other ways. But you know, I feel that there's a certain freedom, again, with kind of the party, the way that people come together, you know, at Halloween. It's like when someone is coming up with an inventive type of costume, or
right.
it's like it can be a very unique expression, and there's a lot of just freedom in seeing what people come up with, and just enjoying it. It's a very odd, kind of surreal time in that regard.
Yeah, it is.
It can be very, you know, like you know, and that's even if you're not like just partying, right? You know, where you're just like going to drink, which a lot of holidays are, you know, as far as, you know, it's about alcohol or chocolate, or, you know, some kind of, you know, celebration. But for Halloween, just being in that place of everyone just kind of being in a different, you know, mindset, it's like, wow, this is very surreal.
Well, I'm invited to a party on Halloween, and it's more of it's a dinner. Yeah, but everybody will dress up.
Mm-hmm. Are you going as a cow?
No.
You're sitting at the table,
No, I
like,
think I'll do something glamorous.
steak.
I'll do something glamorous. Maybe the world will get to see a picture. I'm not sure. Well, we shall see.
Well, maybe I should post the cow picture. Uh-oh, it's blackmail.
I think that, no, I think the cow picture's out there.
I think it is too. I think that's where I've seen it. If not, then I'm sure you'll find it and say, "Oh, that's hilarious."
There it is.
Put it out there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that one's one that I just kind of remember out of, because most of the time, you know, I've been dressing up kids, and then Willie was making fun of Cheyenne, her baby outfit a few weeks ago. Scott's birthday, I think, or your birthday. Somebody's birthday.
Oh, remember?
Yeah, he was putting up behind him pictures of Hunter and Cheyenne when they were little in their Halloween costumes. Hilarious. And the face was painted by me. Yeah, and making fun of it. They were cute. They were fun, cute.
That sounds like fun. So getting back to the idea of, you know, these times, like all Saints Day, which is like, you know, that's more Catholic, of you know, honoring martyred saints and all that, but All Souls, November 2nd, that's you know, where one is starting to remember, you know, the past family members, friends,
Right.
the people who've gone before. And, you know, it's like at one point, you know, it's like we'll be, in on that list, of those who have
Right.
gone before in this in the physical sense. How is it that people can, we've talked about like lighting a candle, writing letters and all. Is there um a place of gratitude, of opening up
Well, it depends,
self?
I'm not everybody feels gratitude toward those who've passed before. Sometimes it's coming to terms with the way they were treated.
Mhm.
There's a whole lot of, there's a gamut there. So,
Mhm.
it really is a mixed, but definitely ended on a good note for yourself. Yeah, that, forgiveness goes a long way, because you want to let go of things that don't matter for you.
Yeah,
And when people are there, it doesn't matter anymore.
well, that path is, it can be a long path, the one of forgiveness. It's not one that just happens overnight. It's not just a one and done process. It can be, I mean,
Well,
I think it's
yeah.
important to clear oneself as much as possible in life, so that one doesn't burden themselves with the weight of things that that it can feel like just a weight that can just hold you back forever.
Right. Well, I don't like to over process. I like to process, but then I don't like to over process. Like like to use past life regression as a tool. It's going to help you clear whatever it is in your present life. To whereas when you're holding on and harboring something over and over and processing, like, why did they do this? Why? I want the answers. Why? Well, that's not letting go. So the thing is, you need to let it be. Then it needs to rest. You need to let it rest, because you live in the present. Your feet are right now where you're supposed to be, and whatever is happening in your life now is what you're supposed to be paying attention to. So it's important not to be too locked up. Yeah,
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I tend to think that we straddle the present, that we have one foot in the past, we have one foot in the future, and that we're straddling it almost like a surfboard.
Right. But if we straddle it too hard, what happens in the past, if you worry about the past, you're usually very frustrated. And if you're worrying about the future, you're really quite anxious. So if you can get into where you're moving your feet back into, and that straddle into the present, you're feeling much better about life, because you're dealing with real things right now. The moment you're in either the past or the future, it should be fun. It shouldn't be because you're anxious about things or frustrated, that I didn't do this, or I didn't say that, or I should have turned here, I should have kept my money in a bank, I should have done something. Yeah, no, you can't live on regrets. It makes you a real anxious, nervous person.
Well, it's about trusting,
Yeah.
if you're always like in a place of regret, then you're not trusting your path.
That's where the psychic ability comes in. That's why I teach people to be psychic, because you use it as a tool. Like, okay, I've made this decision. Obviously, it was the best decision for me, period. So I move on.
There was a person who once said to me that it's like they don't read tarot on Halloween because it's like the energy is too intense. And I'm like, what? That's when
a good time to do it.
it's like a perfect time.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite times.
Yes. Yes, it is a fun time to do tarot on Halloween.
Yeah, because well, I mean, it's like it's all like all energetic things where it's like you come at it from a place of knowing where your own strengths are, and if you need a little bit more protective energy, it's like you give yourself that. You lay that foundation of what I'm reading is for the good, it's for positive, it's uplifting. I think that's the stage that one sets for themselves.
Yeah. Right. It's
Eh,
well, yeah. Because you don't want to scare yourself on Halloween. That's kind of funny. I think that's really funny.
it is like a funny notion, that again, kind of one night out of the year. I mean, it's like something they'd make a movie on.
Mhm.
It's like as a horror movie or something. It's like, yes, it took place on Halloween night.
Right.
It's like
Right.
the Ghost of Houdini. I summoned, who died on Halloween.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, because he was trying to make a point.
He was a victim of one of his torture
Right.
traps, as far as
Yeah, I meant too bad.
it's like always creating the spectacle,
Yeah.
and it got the better of him.
Yeah, that's so sad. I knew an escape artist. Yeah. He's back in New Jersey, I think. Yeah,
Mhm.
he's on my show. His name is Jason Escape.
Oh, he was a Jason?
Yeah, it was a Jason too.
I like him already.
Yeah, he follows he's a big fan of Scott Gross.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And did you have him do like an escape thing on your show?
No, because we weren't on at that time on Facebook Live, but
Oh, it's just an audio,
it's an audio. So now on Facebook Live, maybe we should have him again. We should have had him
right?
today.
Right? You could have
Yeah.
him like escape from a straitjacket, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. He's an escape guy.
Yeah, I mean, you could fake it on the radio. It's like, okay, now I'm escaping my chains here, and then just like rattle some chains, and then opening the lid of this trunk I'm in. It's like theater of the mind. It's like, oh my God, he's amazing.
Right.
Making this elephant disappear.
Yeah, it's too bad we're not having a seance dinner, but that would have been fun.
Why not? Why
Yes.
not?
Right.
Maybe that will just spontaneously happen. Do you find that can happen? Like having like a,
no.
is it good to have spontaneous things like that
happen? Oh, poltergeist activities and stuff. No, I always, I have a lot of those anyway, but no, it would be an event, I don't, if I'm attending one, I'm sure I'm not going to be doing any being a spectacle.
Yeah.
Even reading cards. Yeah.
Yeah, that is like the thing of being a well-known practitioner too. It's like you don't just show up and it's like, hey, let's just do this. It's like, no, we're going to sell tickets.
Party. Yeah, I'm selling tickets.
We're going to pay for this feast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was talking to someone, it's like the other day where, if there are some professions like doctors, psychics, it's like you go to a party and it's like someone is there who's like, can you read me? I have a question, or, if it's a doctor, it's like, my elbow hurts. What do you think that could be? And it's like where, it's like your talents are being asked to be you know,
Right.
put on, you know, you're being asked to go to work, you know, while you're out in the world.
Right.
And I've you know, like at the Queen Mary too, it's like I was talking about how, you know, when there's these breaks that occur, and they're very, you know, set breaks, but it's like when I go on break as the tarot reader, it's like, you know, there are colleagues and all that who are like, oh, can I get a reading, you know, while we're like sitting here, and it's like, what happened to my break? I'm an old wizard. I need my time of rejuvenation.
Right. Funny. It's true. Well, it's not to be hyper, you know, I mean, hyper and want to act, you know, out, and somebody, I don't have to always be on. I'm not the center of attention in someone else's party.
Right.
I can include myself.
Yeah, well, that's, I mean, it sounds like a good time as far as it's you know, it sounds like a really excellent time to just to congregate, you know, just to get together and have a nice
Yeah.
nice time.
Yeah, no, and you know, talking about nice times and everything, you know, the Sedona Seminar was just incredible this time, just like it was last time when we had the Sedona, we had the Shaman Summit, Shaman Apex. It was great.
Were you able to
Yeah.
go to like the stupas and the
Oh,
did you have?
no, I didn't do it. No. Usually when I'm with my group, because so many people, you know, text me and say, oh gosh, you know, I want to see you, or come spend the night with us, you know, that type of thing. I just can't, I can't.
Yeah.
You know, I have, you know, people that I'm entertaining and I'm a host to. And so I stay on my path. Yeah, it's because it's a, you know, it's just yeah, I keep the schedule pretty tight anyway.
Yeah, I saw photos of a labyrinth. Is that what I
Labyrinth,
saw?
yeah, on the private ranch I use.
Mhm.
And I've used this ranch for about 17, 18 years. But I've never done a seminar out there. And so this time the ranch owner asked, you know, said, oh, would you like to do a seminar at the ranch? And so I said, yeah, let's try this. It'd be fun. It was fantastic. It was.
Yeah, I love how like there's different processes too, like the labyrinth, like a walk of a labyrinth that can give a person you know, space to like equate their own like spiritual path with the walk that they're on there in the
Right.
labyrinth.
And then Mother Mary's in the middle, so you go to pray with Mother Mary. When and yeah, it's just about how many times you trip in your life, and in what direction. There's a lot of reading in the, like a good example is me. I was taking a picture of everybody and I didn't remember which way I was walking, and so I started walking backwards, and that's when I tripped. You know, I took a rock out of place, and it was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be going backwards, I'm going forwards. Yeah, so it was really interesting. So yeah, beautiful. It was a beautiful time. And then the medicine wheel, you know, to work with the medicine wheel is fantastic. I could do so many sessions in the medicine wheel. It really, really sweet, really fun. And then besides, oh, the stupa, there's going to be a stupa erected there on that property. And it's already been started. They have big vases that they bring, and they start to create you know, the synergy in the land. And so they've already been buried. There's already like stones showing where the stupa will be erected. You know, they've chosen, the Rinpoches have come through, and yeah, so it's going to be really fantastic. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so it's a Tibetan, it's going to be a Tibetan stupa.
Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
they're kind of a little like tower, aren't they? As far as like they
Well,
kind of have like a
they hold holy relics in them, and they're never to be, once a spot has been chosen, they can never be torn down or built over or anything.
Mhm.
It always has to be the stupa. It's a place to go to gain enlightenment, to pray. And so it's always a beautiful vista that the deity at the top looks out at. And it's this one has been chosen to be Saraswati. So it'd be really beautiful. Yeah.
She's the one who's like jamming away on the musical instruments, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's gonna be really beautiful. It is. So that, and it was just the synergy there. It just was like, when you got there, it's so beautiful. So it feels like a holy place. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of it's just really holy land. I mean, that like there's no vaping, no smoking, no drinking, no anything allowed on the property of the ranch. It's a really clean space. Yeah. All these really in 100 years, let alone 1,000 years, people are going to wonder what wonderful events happened on this property. Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah.
Sounds wonderful.
It is. So yeah, I'll have another seminar there soon. The owner called me last night. We started planning already. So I'll plan Shaman Summit. I'll plan another psychic development seminar, Sedona Psychic Seminar. So I'll do that.
Would those be
in
like
February, March,
in
April.
the spring?
Yeah, they'll be in the spring.
Yeah, because it does snow up there. It's like it does become winter for a few months.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that yeah, I may have something more like a holiday seance and party maybe, so we'll have some good fun stuff upcoming. Jack, I think, is going to come in and do some stuff at our mystery school. He's going to have, that's behind me. Anyway, he's going to come in for a couple sessions. He's going to come into do aura readings. And also maybe the playing cards. He'll do everybody's playing cards and talk about it.
So. That's like the destiny cards.
Yeah, so I might have that. I don't know if I'll have that in November or December. We're figuring it out.
Okay.
Yeah, but my seminars are going to start again. We're going to go forward, and then I'm doing equine therapy as well. So anybody can contact me for that. I have a girl that I'm teaming up with at Burbank Equestrian. So if anybody wants to come in for that, it's real fun. Yeah.
I mean, is there another layer that you can add to that as far as what it is?
They can contact me and then I'll give them. Really, she's going to handle everything. I'm having the other girl handle everything.
But it has to do with horses,
right? And I have mine too that I do equine therapy. But so wherever it is that you're located, and we have plenty of horses. 12.
Fantastic.
All together. Yeah.
12 horses. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And they're big teddy bears. They like to be hugged.
So for the first time, I'm having a Halloween party on Zoom with students and whoever's coming in, but it's a party that I'm having a couple of students just host it. They wanted to have an opportunity to just to host a party there. And so it's
Right.
like, okay, go for it. And so there's going to be games, and all like tarot based games, knowledge games, like a Jeopardy type of question and answer kind of game, and you get points and prizes, like good prizes.
Wow.
Not cheapo prizes, but really,
Wow.
really nice gifts and
So
all.
you're going to do that on Halloween?
That's Halloween. Yeah.
Oh, people will love that.
Yeah. That's a,
So how can they sign up for that? Through your website?
Go to my Facebook.
Okay, Facebook.
Go to Jason D. McKean on the Facebook. It's an event on Facebook, and they can look it up, and it's
right. Maybe I can share that on mine too.
Yeah, I have the event already set up on it, but it'll be just a fun evening. Camaraderie. It's all about and it's like dress up. I'll have a nice costume.
Yes. Dumbledore.
I am Dumbledore like 364 days out of the week.
Yeah. What's some of the other wizards?
It will be Merlin.
Yeah.
Right. No, it's going to be non-wizard.
All right, non-wizard.
Because it's you're meant to be different, right? On Halloween, could change things up. So that's I'm doing that. Oh, I'm also finishing up my tarot class in Japan. We're finishing up our 5-part series tonight.
Okay.
And then we'll move on to the next stage of that. But it's been so wonderful, and I can't say enough about the courtesy of the Japanese students, as opposed to the rest of the world. Very great students, and just really willing, and now it's like once we have the informational part down, it's all about diving in and doing the work, practicing, reading for others, and taking what you've known, or what you're learning in a intellectual way, the book-based way, and applying it. That's where the rubber meets the road. That's where you get to see your quality as a reader start to come up. So really excited about that.
Yeah, really excited. That's going to be great, Chase. Yeah. Gonna have a workbook soon, or another book out? Because there's your book. Have it right there.
Yeah, of course. The Magic Channel Tarot Reading, which is available all over Los Angeles in various stores. And make sure that it's stocked up in all these stores ready for Christmas. Right. And it's on Amazon, Amazon.com.
Right. Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you for letting me share that. Where can people find you? At
TaraInsight.com, TaraInsight.com. And gosh, yeah. Anyway, thank you, Jason, for being on the show.
Absolutely. Have a very happy and safe Halloween.
Yes. Season. Everyone, happy and safe Halloween. Yeah.
And I just love this time of year. I'm playing favorites a little bit, but I love the autumn. There's just something about it I love. Maybe it's all that orange coloring that comes in, with leaves and stuff. But it's where my heart resides.
Nice. Okay. Lots of love, everybody. Blessings. Happy Halloween.
Thank you for listening to Transformations with Tara. Tara hopes this program brings guidance and insight towards a better tomorrow. If you have any questions or inquiries, or would just like to know more about Tara Sutphen's workshops and seminars or private sessions, please visit her website now at tarainsight.com. Until next time, many blessings.